Hey, I think we're on. Welcome. Welcome to Q&A Thursday for the Team Leader Toolkit. How exciting. Thursday has rolled around again. Who knew? It comes around so quickly. I'm very excited. Okay, so first off, let's do a bit of housekeeping. I just wanted to know who can see and hear me. So in your comments down below in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll find a little comments part. So if you just want to put in there a yes that you can see and hear me, that's fantastic. I'm just going to check the internet is okay. And we are able to be seen and heard. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Felicity. How you going? Fantastic. Hey, Hayley. All right, we're on. So really exciting. Q&A Thursday, my favourite day of the week. So we've done our housekeeping. Now, just to let you know, we had no questions come through this week. So that means a couple of things to me. Number one, everybody's on fire and doing well and feeling really good. Or number two, you forgot to email them through to me. Or number three, you're saving them all up to tell me online, and that's fine too. So what I have got for you today is I've got a little tool that I want to introduce to you that I have used for the past 8 years, and I find it really, really, really impactful. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But again, if you have got any sort of questions, queries, thoughts, anything at all, just feel free to put it down in the comments below, and I will get onto them as soon as I possibly can. Now, just a quickie too, I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to say thank you to my pilot group for taking all this on, for giving me feedback. I've had a couple of testimonials, video testimonials come back, so thank you so much. Debbie, yours was brilliant. So they were really, really good. So keep it coming because I absolutely, that's vital for me to get this the best that it can be. So really, really excited about those. Okay, so obviously in module 1, we talked about Discover Me. So it's all about that self-awareness and building your own sort of self-awareness about how you react in certain ways. So as a build on that, I wanted to introduce you to a tool that I've used over the last 8 years. Now, I've used that tool every second year, so I've done it 4 times now, and it's been absolutely fantastic for me to build my own self-awareness and be able to, it helps me in situations, whether that be in work life or in home life too. So I'll share that with you today. So to do that, I'm going to share my screen. So bear with me for about 5 seconds. Okie dokie. So discovering me and discovering my team. So really, really important part of the Team Leader Toolkit, especially when you're starting off. So this is really, really important for you to do. Now, this is discovering the reasons why you may react the way you do in certain circumstances. It will help you understand how there's some things that you don't intend to do, but you do, so you can change and tweak those, and then you can embrace the rest. So really, it's a really ideal time to build your own self-awareness. So for example, as I mentioned before, over the past 8 years, I've done this one tool that I'm going to share with you today. And what I've discovered is that out of 24 character strengths, that in my top 5, my number 1 is honesty, and has been pretty much for that whole time. Now, there's pros and cons of each of those character strengths, right? So the pros of honesty is you're honest and, you know, you're down to earth and all those sorts of stuff, which is great. The cons to that is I can also be very blunt. And so blunt to the point where I can hurt others' feelings. So I have to be really mindful about, yes, I want to be honest, but how can I say it in a constructive way that it's not going to be construed as rude or being blunt, right? So there's little things that I can work out. So, and also what I found with that strength of being honest is if I'm around people that are holding back, that are not sharing the full story or making a few things up to sort of support their own cause, then I find I've got very little capacity or patience with these people, and I tend not to want to be around them. Now, obviously, if I'm a capability leader and a coach, I meet all sorts of people, and some will tell some small untruths, and it could be out of fear, or it could be out of not wanting to look unprofessional, or whatever else. So what I've had to do, instead of writing these people off, I've had to try and find a way to make them feel so safe and embrace them so much in an environment where they feel safe that they can really open up and be honest without any judgment, without any persecution, that they can get to that place. And after some time of me creating this safe space and really spending time in getting to know these people, if there's still a problem around honesty, then usually I find out then that I'm not probably the best coach for them. So yes, we're still looking at slide 2, Flick. Thank you. I'm just garbling on. I will move to slide 3 in a minute, I promise. All right, so I just wanted to let you know too, another situation with regards to finding out your character strengths is I had another colleague, let's call her Kate. Her name's not Kate, there's me being honest, but let's call her Kate anyway. Now, her biggest strength was equity, justice and fairness. Now, how this played out in the work environment is we all got, or the whole project team got different projects that they could, or different parts of the project that they could work on. Now, Kate found herself with the most work, and she found herself with a great deal more work than some of the others on the team. So what she found is her motivation and her engagement in that really fell down because she felt like that was unfair, because ultimately the completion bonus was going to be the same for everyone. So in her eyes, it was, it was unjust, it was unfair. So anyway, after having a chat with her for a while, I got her to do this tool that revealed her top 5, number 1 being equity, fairness and justice. So we were able to talk around that, and I was able to help her with, with this feeling of being unfairly treated and what she could do. And that was all around having a really courageous conversation with the leader, a discussion on how the projects were divided, and all those sorts of things. And what came out of that is her leader said to her, you know what, I had to divide the projects to make sure that every member was stretched and challenged, but still motivated. And with Kate's experience, and she had proven herself to be really highly agile, and her capacity to deliver was off the charts, that Kate was the only one in the team that would be able to do that component of that project. So that's why she was given it. So all of a sudden, Kate felt a little bit more justified of why it was divided that way. And then her leader said to Kate, so what resources and support can I give you? Because I realise now that you've got the biggest part of the project, what can I give you to help you? So Kate was able to get some extra resources. She also got a better understanding of the project division, and she got her mojo back, right? So this is kind of where it can play out. All right. Right, Flick, I'm going to move over to the next one now. Okay, so how does this help me with my team? Okay, so I think the main thing that we've got to look at here is if you were to do this tool on yourself, you would find out your top 5 character strengths, right? And you could leverage off those. If you could do that with your team, then it'd be really interesting to have a look at where everybody sits on the 24 character strengths. And this picture is a picture of all the character strengths, right? So you could put your name up against where you sit. So it's really, really visible what everybody's strengths are. So for example, when I've seen this played out before, there was a strength of a team member who had a strength in prudence. Felicity, you'll remember this one. And she had a high strength in prudence. So what the team used to do is if they had really important communications that were going out to the wider business, that everybody was going to see, they would often go through this person who had high prudence and say, can you just check this email or comms for me to make sure that, it's making sense, it's not being misinterpreted or whatever. And this person with prudence would be able to see that. Has everyone lost sound, or is that just you, Flick? Debbie, can you hear me? Hello, 1 2 1 2. I'm just seeing here that there's lost sounds. Yep, Debbie can still hear. Flick, it might be your end. Give your microphone to. Oh, there you go. All good. Just reconnected. All good. Fantastic. Okay, so yes, so we were talking about prudence. So what happened then is the whole team were able to put their really, really important comms that were going to be seen by the wider business through this person with prudence, because she was really, really clever on making sure a message was getting across with the right intent and all those sorts of things. So that's kind of where it can play out in your team. And let me tell you, that this picture will be downloadable, that you can get on the site that I'm going to show you where to go. So bear with me on that one. Okay, so where is this tool? Where is this survey? So get your pens and paper out. So this is where it is. So and it's free, by the way, so everybody can do this. So it is viacharacter.org. So VIA stands for Values in Action, right? It's a free survey, takes you about 15 minutes. I repeat it every second year, and I've always had a similar top 5. They've jostled position a bit, but I've always had the same top 5. So my challenge to you is to go on, have a look at it, have a crack at the survey, and I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. As I said, it ranks there's 24 character strengths. And what it does is after you do that survey, it ranks them in order of your highest to lowest. So you just really need to focus and zone in your top 5, because those top 5, if you are living and working in that top 5, then you will be on fire and you will be full of energy and you will have so much mojo that people won't know what to do with you. If you are working against those top 5, so for example, for me, if I was working in a company that weren't very honest, or I didn't feel were doing the right thing, then I would feel like I had concrete boots. I would feel unhappy, de-energized, demotivated, all those things. So it's really, really important to know, how can you get yourself on fire and working in this space. All right, so if we just go back here, so once you click on the take me to the free VIA survey, which is here, so you just click on that link. So use that in your browser, viacharacter.org. Then you click onto the link, so take the free VIA survey, and then it'll take you to the next page. It'll take you to this one here. So what will happen then is that you've got lots of information on there that you can look at and all those sorts of things. And then you can register. Now, I'll talk to you about the different reports you can get in a minute, but click on this one, take the free VIA test, and this is where it'll take you. It'll ask you to register. And that's okay, because it doesn't sell your email to anyone, because I've been doing this for quite some time. I've never got dodgy emails back, right? So it'll ask you to register. Now, there's 3 surveys that you can take. You can take the free one, which I suggest is fine as your first one. Why don't you give it a crack and just see what it does for you? There's a second one, which is $20, which gives you a bit more information and a deep dive. And then there's a 31 that's $40, which I have done before, and I'll show you a bit about that before. Or you can get that second and third one together for $50, so you get a $10 discount. But as I say, just do the free one if that works for you, and then you can determine whether you want to know more information or not. But I must say, before I go, I am not affiliated at all with this VIA website at all. So I just love it. I've used it every second year for the last 8 years, and I find it really, really helpful. So that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I found it really helpful. All right, so let's have a look at mine. In 2015, I actually paid for the $40 version, and I got the big, it was like a 26-page in-depth full report with pros and cons and And it went into a deep dive of each of my top 5. So these are my top 5. So honesty obviously is at the top. Then I've got humour, love, social intelligence and kindness. So if I'm working within those character strengths, if I'm feeling like they are being utilised and leveraged, then I am on fire. So it really, really works for me. Now, I wanted to show you, because I did it again on Tuesday, just gone, because I thought 2015, I'm about due now. So let's do it again just to see how it goes. So I did it again on Tuesday and I got honesty, kindness, social intelligence, humour and hope. So I lost love and got hope in my top 5, but pretty much the rest were the same. And honesty again came out as number 1. So it just shows you that, you know, sometimes when you do surveys, they're just a snapshot in time and you can do them again a year later and they can be totally different. But this one seems to have some level of consistency with it. So it's really, really interesting how that works. Okay, so again, 2017. So if we just compare 2017 to 2015, you'll see I had honesty, humour, love, social intelligence, kindness. Now I've got honesty, kindness, social intelligence, humour and hope. So there you go. Interesting stuff. I love it. I love it. So because I bought the full version 2 years ago in 2005 and spent my $40, and these are pretty much very, very similar, I probably won't buy the full version again unless they do a quick 180 and suddenly I have a change in my life and that changes all my values, but I don't think that would happen. So I'm quite happy that I've bought the full version 2 years ago and that is still current today because those values are the same. All right, so what does, if you decide to go and bite the bullet and do a full report, so this is, before I go into that, this is what the free one looks like. So if you get the free report, it'll list 1 to 24. And your top 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're the ones that you want to be able to take advantage of and leverage from, right? So this is what you'll get. You'll get what your top 5 are, plus a couple of sentences of what that means. So that's what you'll get in your free report, which is enough, I think, to start with, because it just gets you sort of thinking. So there you go. So that's kind of what you do for your free one. Now, what does the full report look like? So I've just cut and pasted a page here, which will probably be really, really hard for you to see. But this is just the first page on the deep dive on honesty. And it's 26 pages long, right? So this is the first page. I think it has about 3 pages on each of your 5 top strengths. It tells you, you know, what works for you, what are pros, what are cons, what are your watch outs, how can you leverage off them? So it's got a really in-depth view of what your strengths are. So that's what you're paying your $40 for, a 26-page in-depth view of your top 5 plus how they play out for you. So if you think that that's something that you want to do down the track, then absolutely do it. But as I say, I've only ever done that once. And then because of my top 5 have been very similar or the same ever since, then I'm feeling I don't need to go out and purchase that again. All right, so as I said, I just wanted to remind you that I am not an affiliate of this. I don't get any kickbacks from them. It's just something that I have felt really strongly that I love doing, and it helps me with my self-awareness and who I am, and helps me embrace those values and make sure that I'm living them every day, not only in my work life, but also in my home life as well. So hopefully it'll do the same for you if that's something that you're interested in. Again, you can do that with your direct reports too. So if you've got team members that would be interested in something like this and you want to work out who each character strengths are, it'll take them about 15 minutes on that survey. They can collect the top 5, you all come together, have a bit of a laugh and a giggle and put it up there and just work out where your strengths are so that everybody can leverage off each other's strengths. All right, so now, what do you need to, why do I need to know my character strengths? So this came exactly from the VIA website, and I thought it was pretty good. So it buffers against or manages or overcome problems. So remember I talked to you about my strength in honesty and my lack of tolerance for people that I didn't think were being honest. I love it when people are blunt and honest with me. I love it because I know I can see that part of me as well. But if people are holding back, or if people aren't telling me the truth, or if people are pulling out little bits of truth to sort of suit their own circumstances, then I really struggle with that. So I've had to overcome that and and work in a way, before I walk away and write them off, what can I do to create a safe environment for them to be able to be open and honest with me? Improve your relationships. Absolutely, it can improve your relationships, especially if you know your pros and cons of each of your values. So then you can actually use them in your relationships as well. And enhance your health and well-being. And I think that's true, because if you're not playing in your area of strengths, then you really do start to feel down. You start to feel like you've got low energy and it's not working for you. So that's probably something that you might want to have a little play with and have a think about and see how it can work for you and your team. All right, is there any questions on the VIA strengths, which is the values in action strengths? Any questions, thoughts, insights? I know, Felicity, you've done them before, if I remember correctly. All right, all good. Oh, you've done it before too, Debbie. Fantastic. I'd love to hear what everybody's top 5 are. I'd love to see what their top 5 are. I think that's really, really exciting. Okay. Oh, good. You've used them there for team building. Good. Well done, Flick. Try and get, I think it's, if people have done it and done the free version a couple of times, I think it's really worthwhile to sort of see if the business will invest some money into giving them the $40 version, because that was 26 pages of pure gold. So it might be worth having a chat to see if it's in the budget. All right. Yes. Honesty, authenticity. Yep. Love. Yeah. Do you remember what else you've got? I reckon prudence was one of yours, Felicity, wasn't it? I think. Debbie, what were yours? Humour. If you can remember. Sometimes it's hard to remember. And do you know the funny thing about this is, because I've done them so often. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Because I've not prudence. Okay. Because I've done them so often, what I've found is I've met people and they've behaved in a certain manner, and I'm almost saying in my head, oh, okay, fairness, equity, and justice is one of your strengths. I can see that coming out. So you could, you know, it does. You can live it every day. All right. So a couple of announcements while there's some questions. If you've got any questions, please put them on the line now. I'd love to hear them. And if you've got any that you don't want to put on the line now, remember to email me at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com, and I will answer your email within 24 hours and then ask your permission to put them up here live too. So if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to send them through. A couple of announcements while you guys are thinking. Zest is definitely not one. Zest is not. No, do you know what, Flick? It's about number 22 of mine as well, I think. And yet you would think that it would be up there, wouldn't you? Anyway, so a couple of announcements. So 5 new tools. If you might have heard this on the Facebook page, 5 new tools have been uploaded into the new tool suite. So yes, it really, Flick. 5 new tools have been uploaded into the tool suite. So get online, have a look, download them if you want to. I think they're pretty good. Anyway, but if you've got any other more tools that you want to upload, then please let me know. I know we've got a one-on-one coming in. That's gone back to the graphic designers a couple of times. I still don't know if I'm happy with it, but anyway. And then we've got a leader standard work, which I introduced you a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to find one that I think is going to be generic enough, but enough detail. So we're still looking at that, because I didn't like the one that I showed you so much. I like some of it, but not other parts of it. So, okay, so that's an announcement. So get on the tool suite, have a look at those 5 new tools that you've got, and I'm going to take you so you can see my face. Okay. 5 new tools went on the tool suite. Also, a bit of announcement around thank you to those people that did those testimonials. I think I've mentioned it before. They've been brilliant. I gave them to my 18-year-old marketer, which I think I've told you before. I've got this young marketer who's only a year older than my son, but never mind. He apparently knows his stuff and he's doing pretty well. So I've given them to him and he's really excited. I'm going to be pressing for a few more. So if there's any more people out there that like to give me some video testimonials, I'd be more than happy. But they have to be honest, they have to be 100% authentic, and they have to be true to you. So, so hopefully, are we online here? Okay. Can everyone hear and see me? I've just got another thing up here and it's not showing me. So I'm just making sure that you can see or hear. Yes, okay. I can't see. Oh, you can see me now? Okay, we're on. Oh, there we are. We're on. Okay, so, all right, so testimonial. So I will be coming to you again and trying to get a few more testimonials. So I'll speak to you about that a little bit further. As I said, it has to be 100% you, raw, authentic, honest. I'll only accept them as that. So if you're finding that the tool suite is the thing that you're getting the most value out, then tell me about that. If you're thinking that the weekly coaching is something that you're getting value out, then tell me about that. Okay, so it has to be coming from you and it has to be raw and authentic, and I would love those. So let's have a think about that. Well, module 2, I'm hoping that everybody's going along okay. I haven't had too much feedback on that. It's all about discovering your team, their strengths and weaknesses and all those sorts of things. So, and I'm just mentioning it because we haven't got long before module 3. I said module 2, didn't I? Because module 3 will be opening soon. So, so if you've got any questions, if you've got any thoughts, insights, queries, whatever, please get on to ask at Team Leader Toolkit. Oh, just found, okay, so you've got passion. This is Debbie's top 5. Compassion, commitment, humour, fun, patience. Nice. Lots of fun and humour in there, Debbie. Great. Compassion. Oh, you've got to make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, because people that are highly compassionate are givers, 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 and you just got to be careful that people that are takers are not going to continually take. So great, Deb. Well done. Oh, and one of yours was diligence, Flick. Nice. Oh, I can see that in you, actually. Great. And teamwork. Oh, did it, Debbie? Oh, that's no good. Yes, you've got to be careful when you're highly compassionate, and it's beautiful. It's a gift to be highly compassionate, but just be aware you are a giver in the world, and there are some takers that will take advantage of you. So you have to be a giver, but strong with it as well. So it's nice to know that what you've got is your top 5s, because they are gifts, and then it's how you work them to be the best. How does, so teamwork, Flick, teamwork is the one that trips me up most and can be used and abused. Yes. So tell me more about that, Flick. So do you think that people use all your gifts and your experience and expect a lot? I think that's what you're thinking. Teamwork is one of that trips me up the most. It can be used and abused. I think that's what's happening with you. Yes, yeah. So, Flick, I've known you from a previous life, and I know that you have got a very high capacity to produce lots of stuff, but that gives people an expectation that you're going to do it all the time. They don't realise how burnt out you're getting by staying on that level. So, yeah. You find you give too much, and then you get told off that you're swimming in someone else's pond. Yeah, get it. Absolutely. It's tough. But you know what? That is a gift too, Flick. So hold on to it, embrace it. You're a great person the way you are. So, and the fact of the matter is, honesty is one of your top as well. So, you know, if people, you can get people to be blunt with you, and we can take it. Some people can't take it, but you can take it. So ask for feedback. All right, brilliant. So no questions, no thoughts, no queries. I'm loving seeing your top 5. I'd love for you to put them on the Facebook page too. I'm going to put them on the Facebook page and share to everybody my top 5. Would love for you guys to do it too, and then maybe some other people sort of get online. What I might do is put on the Facebook page as well the link to the VIA survey so anybody can go in and do it. As I say, it's not affiliated with me. I don't have any connections with it at all except a user. I'm just a user of it. So, and I find it really, really helpful. And obviously you guys too, because you've done it before. Okay, fantastic. What else have I got? Announcements. Module 3 opens soon. Module 2 is on the downward slide. So if you've still got stuff to do in there, you know, hustle, hustle, hustle if you've got the chance. Testimonials, if you've got any more. Debbie, I know you've sent yours through. Brilliant. Thank you. It was brilliant. Loved it. So honest, so raw. Fantastic. Exactly what I was looking for. So we'll look for a few more of those. And the 5 tools that went onto their tool suite. So have a look at those. And if there's any other tools that you want on in the interim, so I try and get 5 up a month. If there's any more that you want, then let me know. If there's a sense of urgency that, you know what, Tina, I really need a good whatever, then let me know and I'll work on it and get it done for you. All right, other than that, it's over to you. Have you got any questions, thoughts, queries, want to share anything else? I'm scared to sign off too quickly because last time I did, I had a question asked of me just as I hit the stop recording button. So I'm not gonna, all right, click, you gotta go, no worries. Thank you for joining us. See you soon, absolutely. Debbie, all good? Hayley, all good? All right. Fantastic. Okay, so excellent. All right, so what we'll do is we'll set ourselves up for next week. I've got some really good stuff to share with you if I don't get too many questions. If I don't get any, I'll get it all to myself, which is great, but I really would, if you've got any questions, send them through. Thanks again for being my excellent pilot group. You guys rock, and I'll be in touch next week. Thanks, guys. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.